In the news this week, 2 Church of England bishops reject calls for the Church to change its doctrine on marriage, a doctors' union comes under fire as it considers proposals to weaken abortion laws, and a Christian basketball player shares how he uses his talents to play for God's glory. Hello. 2 bishops have spoken out against calls to change the Church of England's doctrine on marriage. Last month, the General Synod voted against taking note of a report which both backed the biblical definition of marriage and called for maximum freedom for homosexual people. Following the vote, the Archbishops of Canterbury and York released a joint letter which called for radical new Christian inclusion in the Church and a proper 21st century understanding of being human and of being sexual. The bishops of Maidstone and Blackburn have responded to the Archbishop's letter by saying they are completely unpersuaded that there is any biblical warrant for the Church to change its doctrine of marriage. In their own letter to the Church of England newspaper, the bishops also called for a rediscovery and reintroduction of the Bible. Private information about children was published online by a council piloting Scotland's controversial named person scheme. Dundee City Council published the names and addresses of several at-risk children in a user guide for its wellbeing policy, Getting It Right for Every Child. The blunder provoked further criticism of the named person scheme following a major climb down by the Scottish Government. Simon Calvert of campaign group No to Named Persons said it revealed a careless disregard for information about children and families.
Well, throughout the campaign, No to Named Persons has been saying that there's a reckless culture of data sharing, and I'm afraid that this case proves that that is happening. The Scottish Government has accused us of scaremongering, but here we have a case of very sensitive data on families being shared on a council website. So it shows that our concerns were valid, and it shows that people do need to be vigilant, and going forward, people do need to be making sure that their local authorities are treating their personal data with the respect it deserves and that the law requires.
Proposals to severely weaken abortion laws are being considered by the British Medical Association. The BMA highlighted the suggestions in a discussion paper which only listed options for a total or partial decriminalisation of abortion. But a spokesman for the Doctors' Union claimed it does not have a policy on the decriminalisation of abortion. MPs Robert Flello and Maria Caulfield both criticised the comments. Mr Flello said the BMA was pushing for abortion at any stage up to birth, which would lead to the situation where unborn children who could survive outside the womb were being killed. Currently, it is legal in Great Britain to abort unborn children up to 24 weeks, or up to birth if doctors believe the baby will be born with a disability. And finally, a Christian basketball player has shared how he uses his talents to give glory to God. Stephen Curry plays for California's Golden State Warriors and is well known for playing each game with the Bible verse Philippians 4:13 written on his shoes. I can do everything through him who gives me strength. Curry has twice been named as basketball's most valuable player, but despite all of his success on the court, Curry says his faith is the main focus. Whether it is winning games, losing games, making shots, missing shots, it is all about giving glory to God. Well, that's all for this week. For regular updates and information on all of our stories, plus much more, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.